So here's the first point, inshallah, we want to discuss. Please pay attention to this. We are not going to discuss any specific prophecy at the moment. Rather, we are going to give you a criterion which Mirza Ghulam Ahmad himself has mentioned in his books. And on the basis of that criterion, we let you decide, is he a truthful person or was he not a truthful person? Okay, let's inshallah begin without any further ado. So, as Adnan Bhai mentioned already, Mirza Sahib has clearly mentioned in multiple places. For example, Ruhani Khazain, volume 5, page 288. He has clearly said, in Urdu he said, हमारा सिद्क या किस्म जांचने के लिए हमारी पेशेंगोई से बढ़कर और कोई बहुत इम्तिहान नहीं. He is clearly saying that in order to verify the truthfulness or falsehood of my claim, there isn't any better test or touchstone than my prophecies. Then he further said, Ruhani Khazain, and this is volume 12, page 111. He says, तौरात और कुरान ने बड़ा सबूत नबूवत का सिर्फ पेशेंगोइयों को करार दिया है. He is saying that in the Torah and in the Quran, the biggest proof of prophethood is the prophecies. And then he says, again, in Ruhani Khazain, volume 19, page 5, he says, मुमकिन नहीं कि नबियों की पेशेंगोइयां टल जाएं. He said, it is impossible that the prophecies of the prophets get cancelled. It's impossible. And then, lastly, he says that अगर साबित हो कि मेरी 100 पेशेंगोइयों में से एक झूठी निकली हो, तो मैं इकरार करूंगा कि मैं काजिब हूं. It is Ruhani Khazain, volume 17, verse page number 461. He's saying that if it is proven that out of 100 of my prophecies, only one is proven to be wrong, I acknowledge and I admit that I am a liar. Now look at this one. I invite all the Ahmadis and I request anybody who is listening. This is the Prophet himself, and he is saying in no ambiguous terms that the number one criteria not only to verify his prophethood, but the prophethood of any of the prophet is prophecies. Now, please think, when the Ahmadi community, when the Ahmadi apologists, when they say, discuss with us the Aqaid, they are actually going away from the criterion given by the Prophet himself. So think about this. Who should we listen to? Prophet himself or to the followers? When Prophet is giving us the criteria that you must use my prophecies to verify my claim, then we must listen to the Prophet. So having all of this context in mind, let me now inshallah present my case. There are few places when Mirza Ghulam Ahmad is giving his prophecies, and within those prophecies, he said that if this thing is not fulfilled, I am not from God. Let me quote you first proof in this regard. Ruhani Khazain, it is volume 21, page 175. Let me read the actual text in Urdu first very quickly. हाँ अगर वो शदीद आफत जाहिर ना हुई जो दुनिया में एक जलजला डाल देगी, जो वही इलाही के ज़ाहिरी अल्फाज की रूह से जलजला के रंग में होगी, या कोई अमर या कोई मामूली अमर, या अगर कोई मामूली अमर ज़हूर में आया जिसको दुनिया हमेशा देखती है, जो खार के आदत ना हो, जो गैर मामूली नहीं, जो सचमुच क़यामत का नमूना नहीं, या वो हादसा मेरी ज़िंदगी में ज़ाहिर ना हुआ, तो बेशक नक्कारा बजा के मेरी तकज़ीब करो और मुझे झूठा समझो. Let me tell you what he said in English. He's saying on 18th April 1905, please remember the date, 18th of April 1905, he prophesied an earthquake, and he has given the description. We have all the references. He said it will be unprecedented, it will be like the earthquake of the doomsday, it will be in my lifetime. Listen carefully. It will be in my lifetime, it will be in India, it will be in my favor. And he further said that when this thing will happen, his opponents will be humiliated. They will come seeking Mirza's forgiveness and Allah's forgiveness, and they will enter into his Jamaat or into his group. And then he's saying, please pay attention. He said, if this thing will not happen in my lifetime, then you are allowed to beat the drums in the street and you are allowed to declare me a liar. From the time of this prophecy till the death of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, no such unprecedented earthquake of the doomsday ever happened. Now, this prophecy is going to be discussed in details. Any answer in the history of Ahmadiyya which has been produced so far, please bring it. We are inviting any Ahmadi, bring any your answer and let us respond. But let me tell you, this earthquake, and it's not difficult. Anybody can check in the Google. From 1905 April till May 1908, was there an unprecedented earthquake in India? The answer is no. Then what it means? I let you decide. Because he said if it will not happen, you are, look at the wording. He said you can beat the drums in the streets and you can call me a liar. He further said, Ruhani Khazain, volume 21, page 253. He said, मेरी जिंदगी में इसका ज़हूर ना हुआ तो मैं खुदा की तरफ से नहीं. If this thing will not happen in my lifetime, I am not from God. Can it be any clearer than this? Please think about this. So this is our first case that he has put all his eggs in the one basket. and that is an unprecedented earthquake from April 1905, from 18th April 1905 till his death. If it will not happen, he said, I am a liar. The case is closed. Okay. Now, second proof. Please pay attention. I'm gonna give you at least 3 proofs, okay, of this nature. So proof number 1, earthquake. Now, proof number 2, with regard to his marriage with Muhammadi Begum. And please keep in your mind, this thing started in 1888 and it continued till the death of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. So how many years? Almost 20 years, 2 decades. This prophecy covers 2 decades. And please pay attention, Mirza declared this prophecy as his sign for the Muslims, okay, that Muslims can verify his truth. Now look what he said. मैं तुमसे ये नहीं कहता कि काम खत्म हो गया. काम mean his marriage with Muhammadi Begum. ये काम अभी बाकी है. इसको कोई हीला रोक नहीं सकता. ये तकदीर मुबरम है. इसका वक्त आएगा. प्लीज पे अटेंशन. कसम खुदा की जिसने हजरत मोहम्मद रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम को भेजा है, ये बिल्कुल सच है. तुम देख लोगे. मैं इस खबर को, पे अटेंशन, मैं इस खबर को अपने सच या झूठ का मेयार बनाता हूं. मैंने जो कहा है खुदा से खबर पाकर कहा है. नाउ लेट मी से इन इंग्लिश. ही इज सेइंग दैट डोंट, एंड बाय द वे he said this thing. He said that don't ever think that my marriage with Muhammadi Begum, this matter is over. It's not over. It is still continued and nothing can stop it. It is an unchangeable destiny. And then he said, I swear by Allah, please pay attention, I swear by Allah, the one who sent Prophet ﷺ as a true prophet, it is a truth. And I make this prophecy. What prophecy? My marriage with Muhammadi Begum, which will happen after death of Sultan Ahmad. He says that I make this prophecy a criterion to verify the truthfulness and the falsehood of my claim. And then he further added, I am not saying this except once Allah has told me this. Now, obviously, everyone knows that he did not marry with Muhammadi Begum. And what he said, that this is the test of verifying the truthfulness or falsehood of my claim. You can think about this now. Let me give you one more reference on this same prophecy. He said, याद रखो, इस पेशन गोई की दूसरी जूझ पूरी ना हुई तो मैं हर एक बद से बदतर ठहरूंगा. And this one, by the way, the first reference I quoted, that was Ruhani Khazain, volume 11, page 223. And the one I'm reading right now, it is Ruhani Khazain, volume 11, पेज नंबर 338. याद रखो, इस पेशनगोई की दूसरी जुज पूरी ना हुई तो मैं हर एक बद से बदतर ठहरूंगा. ए अहमको, ये इंसान का इफ्तिरा नहीं है, ये किसी खबीस मुफ्तरी का कारोबार नहीं है. यकीनन समझो, ये खुदा का सच्चा वादा है. वही खुदा जिसकी बातें नहीं टलती, वही रब्बे जुल जलाल जिसके इरादों को कोई नहीं रोक सकता, उसकी सुन्नतों और तरीकों का तुम्हें इल्म नहीं है, इसलिए तुम इब्तिला पेश आया है. नाउ ही इज सेइंग दैट, ही सेज याद रखो, व्हिच मीन पे अटेंशन, be mindful about what he says, that if the second part of my prophecy about Muhammadi Begum, what was the second part? We have the reference. The second part of his prophecy was Sultan Beg will die. Okay, and where is the proof? This proof we have, inshallah. If somebody wants, I can give you the proof as well. Let's move on. So he said that if this part, the death of Sultan Beg, will not happen, then I am worse of the worst. I am the worst of the worst. Look at the wording. And then he says to us, he says, oh stupid people, it is not a fabrication of a man. It is not the fabrication business of a filthy person. Definitely, it is the promise of God. It is the words of God, which can never ever be cancelled. And this is from Rabbi Zul Jalal. This is from the highest majesty Allah, and nobody can stop him from his decisions. So what he said, that if Sultan Beg will not die, I am the worst of the worst. And we all know Sultan Beg did not die. Okay, and before that, the reference I quoted, he said that if, and look, pay attention, he took an oath to God. And after taking an oath to God, I can give you reference from Mirza himself, that it has to be in the literal meaning. It cannot be given any meaning other than literal. Remember this principle. He took an oath. He said that this is the criterion of my truthfulness. He said that Allah has told me this, that Sultan Beg will die and I will marry Muhammadi Begum. Did this happen? The answer is unambiguous, no. You can decide. Let me give you third proof and then I end. The third proof is this. He was telling us, the future generations, the people who are talking today in this live stream, he is telling us that खुदा ताला ने इरादा फरमाया कि मेरी पेशिनगोई से सिर्फ इस जमाने के लोग फायदा ना उठाएं, बल्कि बाज़ पेशिनगोइयां ऐसी हों कि आइंदा जमाने के लोगों के लिए भी एक अजीम निशान हो, जैसा कि ये पेशिनगोई कि तुझे 80 बरस या चंद साल ज्यादा या 80 से कम उम्र दूंगा. This is in the book is Triaqul Qulub and it is Ruhani Khazain, volume 15, page number 152. What he said? He said that I want to give a sign for the future generations. And not him. He said Allah wants to give a sign. Pay attention. Please pay attention. Allah wants to give a sign for the future people, which means the people today and to come, to verify his truth. And what is that? That his age will be from 74 to 80, because I interpreted this in the light of his own writing, that it will be from 74 to 86. Did this happen? We invite any Ahmadi. Again, we are giving you a time. It was not happen. Let me say in very humble terms, I have personally investigated all the possible answers which I could reach out to, either through their websites or through their books. None of them can ever establish that he was born in 1835. His age, according to the best references, unavoidable, you can say, evidence, he was born from 1839 to 1840. Today, the floor is open for you again. If anybody has a research, bring it to us, and we will tell you that why that research is flawed and why his date of birth has to be from 1839 to 1840. And guess what? Today, if any Ahmadi will come on this stream and he will bring this challenge, but from my side, invitation, okay, not challenge, that he was born on 1835, today I'm going to produce something. I would humbly say that it will be a new addition in this topic of his age research. And we can prove conclusively he did not live 80 years or 86 years or 74 years. He died at max by the age of 69 to 70. That is the max he lived. So look at this one. Allah wanted to give us a sign to verify his truthfulness. And guess what? Because he did not live 80 years or 74 or 86. So the matter has been closed. So I just quoted these three cases. Number one, earthquake from 18th April 1905 till his death. Number two, his marriage with Muhammadi Begum. Number three, his life will be 74 to 86. And he declared these as a criterion to verify his truth. And none of this happened. No one can possibly deny this. Now, he gave us a criterion and he did not live up to the criterion. What is the conclusion? He was not a true Messiah. My case is finished here. Now I leave with Adnan if you want to add something. And after that, any Ahmadi, please, brother and sister in humanity, Ahmadi community, please come and engage with us.